Good morning, myself Krishna, and in this video we are going to do some data analysis. So I'm going to have short video and I will write some Python script where we can see the data set, how it is coming, we can visualize, and we use data imputation to fill any empty value. So, so in today's session, I will be talking about two different data sets. So this is one data set where we are where you can see tip column against total bill. And in this data set, in the tip, if you can see, we have some empty value. So this empty value, we will do some analysis whether uh, how we can fill those empty value. So just to remind one thing here, if like you can draw this column in XY plotting like distribution of tips all across in X and Y axis, and you can find out how this graph is coming. If it is uniformly distributed, you can use median. Um, sorry, you can use mean, and if it is a skewed form, then you can go with median. So this is we are going to see how it is coming, right? So I will show you in few moments. I have one more data set that is for diabetes patient, and in the diabetes patient, these are features and target. So if you remember when I was explaining supervised classification, we used to have this binary result set. So if result set is binary, I mean 1 0, so one indicate this is diabetes patient, and this based on this feature. Um, it has the outcome. So for this feature, this data set is for non-diabetes patient. So this data set I will be using for train test split. I mean, we are going to split up this data for training and test. I will show you. And we are going to do some data standardization before we can go with train test split. So let me go to my visual builder. So you can see this is part of my tips and this is part of my diabetes patient. So first we can read this file. So I will use pandas. So in machine learning, pandas we use for data analysis, mostly we use, and for the array list dictionary, we use NumPy. Seaborn we use for plotting, Seaborn and Matplotlib for visualization. Mostly you can use Seaborn, even they have predefined data set you can use. And sklearn, this mostly used for like your standardized scale, your trend test model. I mean, you can we have number of algorithm you can use sklearn to 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 set up your algorithm. So just let me read. This is tips data set. I will. This is CSV file. I will use file path one, and this is comma separator. It is not required by default. It is uh, uh, comma separated. So if it is some other delimiter like pipe and all, you can define. If it is comma, be not required. Now you can print this data set. I'm just printing first 5 column. So this is going to give me first 5 rows. So let me print here. So here in Pandas, in Python, indexing start from 0. So it fetch first 5 rows. But here you can say 0 to 4. It means total 5 records. And you can see this is the tip column where we have uh, some empty value, which we are going to see what a statistic we are going to apply to fill those empty values. So this is our goal now. Now, some few things are important when you are doing data analysis. So I'm going to write here. Second part, you can use shape to know the number of columns and row. So, so let me print this shape. You can use this data sets. Okay. So, so here you can see this 244 is number of rows and 7 column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it has 244 records. So by knowing shape, you will know the number of records and number of column. Now, what we can do, we can use plotting. Plotting, we have this one. Um, we can use this one. I mean, for visualization, you can see. So I'm using this one, matplot library, and this 8 by 8 size I defined here, and this hist plot I'm going to do. So hist plot, um, and we have one more plotting, that is reg plot. So in the hist plot, if you want to do the study about any individual column, you can go with histogram, and uh, reg plot, like if you want to draw um, the change in tip against total bill, then you can go with reg plot. So let me use, this is my data set, so I will change here. So here, if you can see, I'm using NSS SN, I mean Seaborn library here, and hist plot, hist plotting I have used. I'm supplying this data set tip and this KD true. And label I am giving for X tip and this side Y distribution of tips, and you can use plot. So by doing this, you will get to know whether it is, linear, yeah, it is skew. So this will give me the information about distribution of tips, uh, like the amount which you received for that particular range. It's higher, yeah, some point you didn't receive that amount. So that distribution of tips you can visualize. So let me run this command. So if you can see here, by from this point, I mean from here they have received the tip. Okay. And this range, it is more. So here, if you see the plot, it is in a skew, right? This is not linear. So one thing we have decided, um, uh, we have this is not linear. So we are not going with mean, but we are going with median for skew line, right? Now, if you need to, if you need to know how many column-wise null value, you can use tips ds dot each null, okay, dot sum. Okay, you can print this one. So this is going to give you each column like null value column wise. So here you can say total bill has one null value, tip has three null value, sex column has four null value, smoker this one. So now we are going to apply median. To apply median, you can use this one, df tips, uh, the search tip median. And this is my dataset, tips ts data frame, where you can take tip is the column dot median, right? You can print this value, uh, median variable, and this is tip median. Just see what it is coming. So this is 2.88 we got. Now we can fill those value. So what I will do here, I will, this is my data frame. In this data frame, fill non-null and columns. So tip, I guess I have used somewhere this one. So this is what I got here, tip median, this variable in place true. So I'm filling this model. My model is this one. Data frame is this one. So in this data frame, I'm filling this one. So if you print this value after applying median, so it will apply this median. It will use this median variable in all the null value for. So here you can see this was null earlier, this got filled with 2.88. This was null earlier, uh, this was filled with 2.88. So this is how you will fill the value, by doing visualization and by selecting the stat. You can go with median, you can go with ST, standard deviation. Based on your analysis, we can use. And if you don't find anything, you can drop this one. Now coming to other point, we are going to use diabetes patients. So let me read here. So now in this, for the diabetes patient, we have this file path. I will just copy and I will give some names. Diabetes patient, this is dataset, right? So this, let me print first 5 rows here for diabetes patients, so you will know. So here what we are going to do, we are splitting our data into training and test, and before splitting we are going to separate this feature and column. So this is going to be my x-axis, this is going to be my y-axis, right? So for the X, Y, we are going to split up into training and test data. So yeah, just see how we are going to do. So this I read. So now you can print shape as well, right? Uh, so that shape you will get to know the column and all, right? And you can print any null value for each null. mm, Nonsense, right? So here you can see this is the rows and columns, 768 data, 9, we have 9 column total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is feature, this is target. So this is going to be our X and this is going to be Y. So first I need to separate it, right? So, so now we can drop um, this is my data frame. I can use drop columns outcome, right? And for dropping column, we use axis one, right? So now we can print this one, what it is coming. So here you can say drop columns outcome OUTs UME. Uh, Edit. So when we drop any, so drop any, it is not accepting. It should be drop column. Let me check one more time whether it is column, yeah, column. So mm, this is what, let me check the data set, diabetes. This is outcome, right? Int, this is fine only. Access share one. Let me check one more time. Okay, so correct. So we can use here. This is X, right? So X. So you can print X dot head. Okay, so X we have dropped this column outcome. So here you can see at this point we have both X and Y, and this has only X, right? Now coming to, you can use similarly Y is equal to, I need Y will have target type yes, and we can select outcome. Okay, and you can print Y. So this is Y, if you can see. So now coming to, you can check the shape of all the X and Y. So this shape we know initial shape. So X dot shape, Y dot shape. Okay. Now, so this is the shape of X and Y. Now you can go with data standardization. So I already explained how we have done data standardization. So this you can use for standardized data. So I'm using this client standard scalar, which is part of this one, scalar preprocessing import standard scalar, and this is the data. I'm passing X here, and I have standardized. So you can just see how this is coming. So you can say this data has been standardized. And similarly, you can do for y if required, but y it is not required because y is outcome which is already in binary format. Now we can use test, right? Train test for splitting the data, right? So if you remember, we have total 768 rows and 8 column for the X, and Y has number of record would be same, but column it has one, right? So you can use X train, Y train, test, Y train, Y test is equal to we already have train test split here from the scalar. We can call this one, and here you can supply X, Y. Here you can see a few things. We need to use random state we need to give, and there's one more, train train size, right? So when we decided to split the data, what could be this size of training and test? So just think, if I am giving train size is equal to zero point 0.2. So what will happen? One set will be 20%, another set will be 80%. If it is 3, one set will be 30%, another set will be 70%. So this is how we will be giving. And random state will be um 2. So what random state used to say, like if I kept random state 2, and if you also kept random state 2 for similar data set, so it is going to bring same data set. So every time if I'm keeping 2, um, when I will run this data, I will get same chunk. It is not going to mix, but if I will give random step 3, then it will have different set, right? So when we will go to folding, I will know, like it is assuming all data set in different fold, and fold by fold we are it is trying to access all training, all test data one by one. So for now, what we are trying to achieve here, we are just splitting the data into training and test. Now you can print X train, Y train. So if you X train shape, just let me check one more time whether it is X train, X test. Okay. So X train shape, Y train, X test shape, right? So this you can print here. So here, if you see, so let me print this shape. Okay, initial shape. So what happened here? We have total 768 record. It has it has split those record into training and test. You can say 153 records will go to training and 615 will go to test. So, so this is how you can do the data split up into training and test. So I will, in my next video, I will talk about algorithm, how we can use this training and test data to train our model. So in my next video, I will be talking. So for now, it's fine. I will be catching tomorrow. Bye bye.